El Salvador, a country known for its beautiful landscapes, rich culture, and warm people. But beneath the surface, it hides a darker reality. A small country in Central America, nestled between Guatemala and Honduras, with a population of just over 6 million people. For many years, it has struggled with a big gang problem. The streets are often marked with the graffiti of notorious gangs, a constant reminder of their presence. Groups like MS-13 and Barrio 18 are everywhere. These gangs have deep roots in the community, often recruiting young people and perpetuating a cycle of violence and fear. They control neighborhoods, force businesses to pay them, and are very violent. Many local businesses have to implement strict security measures just to operate daily. For a long time, El Salvador had one of the highest murder rates in the world. Families mourn their loved ones, and vigils for murder victims are a common sight. In 2019, a new president, Nayib Bukele, took charge. Young and charismatic, Bukele promised to bring change to a nation weary of violence. He promised a tough new plan to fight the gangs. His strategy was clear, a zero-tolerance approach that would involve the military and police in a significant crackdown. His plan was to arrest a lot of people and use a lot of force. Mass arrests became a common occurrence, and the streets saw an increased presence of armed police. This plan, which started in 2022, has changed El Salvador a lot. The heavy police presence has altered the daily lives of its citizens, and neighborhoods once plagued by violence are beginning to see change. This is the story of El Salvador's risky choice, a close look at a country struggling with crime, punishment, and what it means to be fair. As the nation grapples with these challenges, the world watches closely, wondering if this bold approach will bring lasting peace or further turmoil. Bukele's main plan was to arrest and lock up lots of people. His strategy was clear and unyielding. To tackle the rampant gang violence that plagued El Salvador, he believed that mass arrests were the only solution. This approach was both praised and criticized, but Bukele remained steadfast in his mission. Police and soldiers went into neighborhoods and arrested tens of thousands of people they thought were in gangs or helped them. These operations were often conducted with a heavy hand, involving large numbers of law enforcement personnel and military forces. The streets of many neighborhoods were filled with the sounds of sirens and the sight of armed officers. Over 75,000 people were arrested in just over a year. This staggering number reflects the scale of Bukele's crackdown. Families were torn apart and communities were left in shock as loved ones were taken away, often with little to no explanation. The sheer volume of arrests overwhelmed the existing prison infrastructure. There weren't enough prisons, so they built a new one. The construction of this new facility was a massive undertaking, requiring significant resources and manpower. It was designed to be a fortress capable of holding a large number of inmates securely. This giant new prison shows how tough Bukele wants to be. Its imposing structure and state-of-the-art security measures are a testament to his commitment to eradicating gang violence. The prison stands as a symbol of his administration's hardline stance on crime. It can hold 40,000 prisoners, making it one of the biggest prisons in the Americas. This capacity is unprecedented and reflects the scale of the problem Bukele is trying to address. The prison is equipped with modern facilities, but concerns about overcrowding remain. Some people think it's a bad idea, a place where people's rights might be ignored to make things seem safer. Human rights organizations have raised alarms about potential abuses and the lack of due process for many of those arrested. Critics argue that the prison could become a breeding ground for further violence and unrest. The image of thousands of people being marched into this huge prison is something people won't forget. It serves as a powerful visual representation of Bukele's crackdown and the lengths to which his administration is willing to go to restore order. Whether this approach will ultimately succeed in reducing crime and improving safety remains to be seen, but it has undoubtedly left a lasting impression on the nation and the world. And wrong, like torture, and against the rules about how to treat prisoners. The government, led by Bukele, who is good at using social media, says this is a war against gangs. Bukele says he is a strong leader doing what needs to be done to make the country safe. He says gangs are like a disease that must be destroyed. The government says the plan is working because fewer people are being murdered. It's true that murders, which used to happen every day, have gone down a lot. The government says the streets are safer, businesses don't have to pay gangs anymore, and people can finally feel safe. Many people in El Salvador believe this story because the government keeps saying it. But not everyone agrees with the government. Many people are happy the gangs are gone, but others are worried and scared. Some people, like human rights groups and lawyers, say the government is going too far and taking away people's rights. They say arresting so many people without good reasons is wrong. Families of people in prison say their loved ones are innocent and were arrested by mistake. They tell stories of sons, husbands, and fathers taken away, not allowed to see a lawyer and not able to talk to anyone. This crackdown has divided El Salvador. Some people want safety no matter what, and others worry about losing their freedoms. Groups that protect human rights around the world are very worried about El Salvador. They have found many examples of unfair arrests, torture, and killings. Thousands of innocent people, even children, have been arrested. There are many stories of bad treatment in the crowded and dirty prisons. Reporters and people who speak up against the government are threatened, harassed, and even arrested. The crackdown on gangs seems to be working for now, but it has a dark side. Taking away people's rights, ignoring the law, and hurting people could damage El Salvador badly. Other countries have told Bukele to stop, but he doesn't listen and says they should mind their own business. The crackdown has changed communities all over El Salvador. In some places, people feel safe for the first time in a long time. They can walk outside without fear, businesses don't have to pay gangs, and kids can play outside. But in other places, things are much worse. Families are broken up because the main earners are in jail. The crackdown has hurt the economy, especially in poor communities that depend on money sent from family members working in other countries. These communities are broken and people are scared and don't trust each other. The government is trying to help people who used to be in gangs start new lives. This initiative is part of a broader effort to reduce gang violence and reintegrate former gang members into society. By providing support and resources, the government aims to give these individuals a second chance at a better life. One way is by removing tattoos. Tattoos can be a visible reminder of a person's past life in a gang, making it difficult for them to move forward. Removing these tattoos can help them feel less stigmatized and more accepted by society. Gang members often have big, noticeable tattoos. These tattoos can be intimidating and can make it hard for former gang members to find jobs or housing. They can also serve as a constant reminder of their past, making it difficult to fully leave that life behind. The government offers free laser treatments to remove these tattoos for people who have left gangs and want to change. This service is crucial because the cost of tattoo removal can be prohibitive for many people. By offering it for free, the government is removing a significant barrier to reintegration. It takes a long time, costs a lot of money, and hurts, but it helps people feel like they're making a fresh start. The process can be painful and requires multiple sessions, but the end result is worth it for many. They feel a sense of relief and a renewed sense of hope for their future. The government also offers job training, counseling, and other help. These programs are designed to provide former gang members with the skills and support they need to build a new life. Job training programs can help them learn new skills and find employment, while counseling can provide emotional support and guidance. But even when people change, it's hard for them to get a job, find a place to live, and rebuild their lives because people still think of them as gang members. The stigma associated with being a former gang member can be difficult to overcome, and many people face discrimination and prejudice as they try to reintegrate into society. People say the government isn't doing enough to really help these people. Critics argue that more needs to be done to address the root causes of gang involvement and to provide comprehensive support for those trying to leave that life behind. They believe that while tattoo removal and job training are important, they are not enough on their own to ensure successful reintegration. El Salvador hosted the Miss Universe competition in 2023. This showed how complicated the country is. The competition, seen by millions of people around the world, showed El Salvador's beautiful nature, interesting culture, and friendly people. The government spent a lot of money to show that El Salvador is a safe and fun place to visit. But the Miss Universe pageant couldn't hide the problems in El Salvador. While the government celebrated, human rights groups talked about the government's actions and the people in jail for political reasons. The difference between the fancy Miss Universe competition and the difficult lives of people in El Salvador showed the country's many challenges.